Steve Kobza here for Securing Our eCity, and joining me is Deborah Kobza, and she wears several hats, but she's here at the Securing Our eCity event on behalf of, why don't you explain?
Okay. I'm with the Global Institute for Cybersecurity and Research. It's headquartered at NASA Kennedy Space Center. And we're focused on cybersecurity awareness, workforce education, and cybersecurity research, working with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education, the NICE initiative with NIST. And we became aware of the Secure Our eCity program through the NICE initiative. And we're so excited about how wonderful this program is, how it reaches out to so many groups, from children to the elderly to people in the workforce to adults, to really educate them about their digital footprint.
Ernest McDuffie from NICE and NIST has been a huge proponent, and you've so taken this to heart that you're going to export it back to Florida. Tell us about those plans.
Yes, we are. We're working with a former mayor of a city in Florida. He was a mayor for 20 years. And we're working with him and the Florida League of Cities to hopefully implement this statewide throughout the state of Florida. And also working to hopefully help support this as much as we can on a national level.
That's tremendous. And as we try to roll this out with SOEC in a box and give other communities the ingredients to start this on their own, what do you think is the key to really having a successful effort with these kinds of problems and solutions?
Exactly what you're doing. It's a public-private partnerships. It's not putting the onus of this project all on one organization's shoulders, but it's everybody contributing something towards the effort that makes it successful. So that's what impressed us so much. ESET has really taken the ball and run with it, but the public-private partnerships they've built around this throughout the region here in San Diego, and having the opportunity to attend one of the workshops, we were just so impressed. So we're really looking forward to supporting this as much as we can.
Okay, great. One more question, and that is, you also, one of the hats you wear deals with critical infrastructure in the healthcare industry, and people think of critical infrastructure as being things like the food supply and the energy grid. They don't really connect it with cybersecurity, and they don't really connect it with their role as individuals trying to practice good cyber hygiene. Can you kind of connect those dots for us? How does the individual's actions affect national security?
Well, if you take it from the healthcare perspective, from an individual, when you go into a doctor's office, you're giving away your Social Security number, and you need to find out why and how they're using that Social Security number. You need to find out who has access to your medical records. With all of the national effort to implement electronic health records, your information is going to be riding out there in the cyber world, so you need to take ownership and responsibility as much as you can to help support that, because there are a lot of cyber threats that are out there, even to the point of hackers being able to hack into medical devices. And there was a conference just today to where an ethical hacker was demonstrating how he could hack into an insulin pump, a medical device, and change the amount of insulin that was being given to that person. So we all have to take responsibility for helping to support cyber health, helping to support from an individual perspective as well as an organizational perspective, as well as having a defining voice to government to demand it.
And where does one start in that whole process? Where do you go first?
You go first to Securing Our eCity. That's going to give you the guidelines and the best practice of what you need to do to manage your digital footprint.
Okay. SecuringOurECity.org is the website. Deborah Kobza is our guest, and thank you so much for your contribution here today.
Thank you very much.
For Securing Our eCity, I'm Steve Kobza.